I remember watching that scene like, wait, he can do that? People everywhere were like,
whoa! It's dark.
Are we able to control shadows?
I already did a deep dive on this movie, but something just told me to come back. Because I saw a TikTok earlier that said, the thing people make fun of you for is the thing that's going to make you famous or well known. She couldn't be more right. That's actually my whole philosophy on how to find the life that's meant for you. But the one thing I'll add about what she said is that you will never harness that unless you can overcome the self-sabotage that comes with it. And I think Jordan Peele's Us is all about that. So let's investigate. I think we should maybe look for the pattern of shame and what it's trying to tell us.
Or you could keep going for a prize from the third level.
Okay, what do you think, Addie? Should we stop?
Why is he so bouncy?
That shirt better not give her nightmares.
In trouble for winning my daughter a t-shirt. Haha, that's a new one.
Ooh, they fighting?
You know, they're filming something by the carousel. You should see if they're looking for extras.
Oh.
I can't ever be enough.
What'd he say? I can't ever be enough. I didn't know they was doing all this arguing.
Hey, how about the Big Dipper? Right?
Russell, you know she's not big enough to do that. Not sure as hell I'm not doing it, so.
Addie's mom kind of nitpicks her dad, kind of like shaming him for not having a job. And he kind of fights back like, okay, so I'm not enough. And she's kind of just sitting back and watching.
Russell, can you watch your daughter, please?
Hey man, it kind of looked like he came to this carnival for himself. I haven't seen Addie play a single game. Vision Quest, find yourself. I think the slogan for this is really telling, especially when it comes to the ending.
The world, there is no joyful movement. The world needs.
Is this thing meant to be scary or is it meant to be like a nature adventure? It's definitely very intentional that the Vision Quest thing is called Find Yourself and it's a room full of mirrors. Ugh, I don't like that. It's so creepy. The song that's playing while they're in the car says walking contradiction. That's funny.
I'm sorry. Yay, track and field.
Love track and field.
Well, what's the point?
The Olympics?
I'm not gonna make it to the Olympics, guys. Can I drive while we're up here?
No.
She wants to drive. Now she hates track and field.
No. Well, that's what I set my mind to. You know,
Where are you going, Jason? Jason?
Kara and Haley.
Okay, so I watched some theories on Us, but it's interesting how people notice that they're all eating fast food and Addie's eating strawberries. And it's like pinging me right now because I feel like Addie watched her mom kind of shame her dad for not like having responsibilities and being very playful, very childlike. And so I'm wondering if that's part of what she might have been repressing. Hold on, maybe it'll make sense.
What are you doing?
It's a magic trick. I left it here last year.
Okay, let's see it.
He's trying.
This thing's kind of bullshit.
Oh, why am I offended? I'm not his parent.
When you point a finger at someone else, you have three pointing back at you.
A hint to projection.
She has post-traumatic stress disorder.
She wasn't in lost. For 15 minutes.
There was a rabbit toy in there. Okay, so the therapist thinks she's got PTSD.
Anything could have happened to her.
How do we get her to talk?
Look, I think we need to encourage her to draw, to write, to dance, anything to help her tell us her story.
Oh, I hope this is not spoilers because I feel like you've seen this movie. At the end, we find out that in the funhouse, Addie and Red switched. So who we know as Addie is actually her tethered, and that's why she's not speaking. If the tethered is the shadow, the part of her that was shamed is now out in the open in real life. Her therapist is instructing her to like become one with society by expression, by self-expression, by drawing, writing, dancing. Oh, hold on, let's keep watching. Okay, I don't know if I've said this yet, but to me, horror movies specifically, a lot of movies too, whether the directors and writers intended this or not, I feel like convey specific messages about what's going on in our psyches, as well as commentary on social and cultural things that are happening in real life right now. But I think there's also a lot of them that have hidden underlying messages about our psyches and how we can overcome things that have been placed in our path. And that's what Movies with a Message is. So that's what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah! That's right.
Oh, here you go.
Daddy is home, baby!
Crawdaddy.
Maybe you could just tell us what's supposed to happen and then we can picture it.
Maybe you could kiss my anus, Zora.
Ew!
Whoa!
Yeah, so Zora kind of shames him for not being able to get his trick started.
He preferred you use a curse word in this case.
Mom, I can see you laughing.
I am not laughing.
Where'd you even...
Of course she laughed. It's like a hint to her being read the whole time is because the things that society would have normally shamed, like him making that joke, you could see like Gabe's like insulted, but Red finding it funny because she's not normally part of society.
You good?
I have a hard time just talking.
She can't talk. She got lost. She got switched with her tethered. Is that because people don't express the things they get shamed for out loud? That's why the tethereds can't talk?
Oh, I get that. Yeah, no, I totally get that.
You guys...
I think she's nervous about being on this beach, but I also think she don't like this lady. I don't think she likes her at all.
You want thirds, huh?
Thank you.
Okay. Gotta get my wife for medicine.
That's beautiful.
I just noticed his shirt says fragile, and I feel like him and this thing he has with Gabe is literally like a battle of like fragile masculinity as they're trying to like outboat each other.
What do we say?
I hate you?
And I think she really means that. I think she really means it. I hate you.
Being done. Just like an itsy bitsy little...
Well, you look just like you did last year.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that's the idea, you know, just like a little bit can go a long way. Not that you need anything. Poor.
I feel like that passive aggression like always comes out. Like you're always gonna see it if you're paying attention. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, definitely feels like commentary about the shame of being homeless in America. Because I think he was meant to be homeless, right? That guy. That's what I was talking about at the end of my analysis back then. Was that overall this is commentary of the state of America and the collective unconscious. It was real deep. If you like to go deep like that, you could check it out. It's on YouTube here. But now I kind of like save those like deep takes for Patreon. So, you know, where the girls that get it, get it. Jason's funny because he can take the mask on and off. And it seems like Addie's the only one who's adamant that he takes off the mask. She even like hid it in his drawer at night.
I feel like it means like she's getting closer.
Who?
At least he's trying to understand.
You don't believe me.
I do. I do. In the mood.
Power going out.
This is why Josh has a backup generator.
And he bringing up Josh again.
There's a family in our driveway.
There's not a family.
I swear, there's some knocking as soon as he said that. Woo, I'm about to turn this off.
Huh.
Yeah, here they go.
Who is that?
Is Addie Wilson?
Are you seriously calling 911 right now? I know what they want and everything's gonna be fine. Calm down, okay?
I don't know why he's getting mad at her. They are standing there sinisterly. They look so sinister standing like that.
Can I help you? If y'all are out here trying to scare people, I think you picked the wrong house for that.
Ooh, tough guy. Don't turn your back.
Okay, let's call the cops.
I did.
Oh, now let's call the cops. 14 minutes.
Jason, give me the bat.
What bat?
The baseball bat, the bat. There's one in the corner.
Here.
Thank you.
Gabe.
All right.
As soon as Addie said, put your shoes on, Zora has not stopped running. She been running, zipping all around this house.
I thought I already done told y'all to get off my property, okay? So if y'all want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
Okay, as soon as the lights went out, that's when it seems like these twos start tapping into their shadow self again. He's starting to get real tough guy. And Zora's in go mode. Nope. Mm-mm.
What kind of white shit?
I feel like that's also symbolic. Your shadow self knows you because it is you. It knows how to get in. There's no avoiding this, right? you're always gonna have to face the things that can sabotage you, the things that you suppress. Hey, took him out at the knees. I see why Ryan Coogler has a fear of doppelgangers. Jordan Peele must have shook his spirit with this one. Is he growling?
Was a girl, and the girl had a shadow.
A shadow.
But when the shadow was hungry, she had to eat rabbit, raw and bloody.
Okay. So yeah, one was underground, one was nurtured while the other was starved. And that's what the shadow is. It's the part of us that we did not nurture, mostly because they weren't celebrated in the society or groups that we're in.
So you see, the shadow hated the girl so much.
I also think Red getting switched as a kid might be connected to how she's been forced to suppress her inner child, especially with her mom criticizing her dad for being like childish and playful, which like I'm sure she had her reasons and stuff, but Addie absorbing that and having swapped it out, you know what I mean?
She gave birth to a little monster. Hombre was born laughing.
Hombre is terrifying. Everyone talks about how scary Lupita is in this movie. Hombre is the most bone-chilling one to me.
What are you people? We're Americans.
We're American. I'm seeing this movie a little differently now. I'm seeing it a little differently. Why did he pull his mask down like that? Pluto can set fires while Jason cannot. Jason struggled to get his tricks started. He's not the one with the temper. And his face is all burnt up. So in the closet's where he realizes that his shadow mirrors him, but only mirrors him when what? I always thought it was so crazy how Zora and Umbre's kind of like showdown happened around cars, in cars, because that's what Zora gave up to. No, that's what Zora decided to pursue over being in track. And so this face-off is literally her having to confront the part of herself that she gave up to fit in. And maybe that's really what like made her happy, because now she kind of has like a little scowl on her face as she goes through life, like for the first half of the movie. And Umbre is super athletic and permanently smiling.
Stop! Stop it! Family man, please, no. Stop.
The tethered want to be untethered. You see, because he could have killed him with the scissors while he was there at the house. But no, he put him in a plastic bag, put him on the boat, and drove him out to the middle of the lake. The boat had to be involved somehow. What's his name? Gabe and Abe. Very like happy-go-lucky, very smiley, and very soft and kind. Whereas Abraham is like real like brutish and aggressive and has like a permanent frown, like he's got a scowl. Yeah, basically that's the part of himself that he's repressed. And if you think about what Lupita said, the part of him he's repressed because he's American, you know? But I guess the question is it a good thing or a bad thing that his tethered went out the way that it did?
It is to the left. It is to the goddamn left.
He can hold his breath for like kind of like a long time. Yuck. I hated that. He almost met his match because he couldn't access that part of himself. However, he did find a way around it when it came to the boat and him knowing the ins and outs of it.
Oh, let's go.
I just thought, no, that's right. Get out of there.
What's that?
What?
I heard something outside.
Hey, this is where it gets interesting.
We're just trying to figure it out. Go back to sleep. Just because we're in our rooms doesn't mean we're sleeping.
Sharp, so. Hello?
Ew. Yeah, Kitty, Josh, and their family, they were no match for their shadow selves. Like, they took them out in no time. There was no battle between them. Like, they just, that was it. Untethered immediately. Good Vibrations is a crazy song choice. It is funny that both Addie and Gabe had to also face Kitty and Josh's shadow each, especially after that interaction on the beach. He got a glimpse of his mother as a tethered, her shadow coming out in the version of herself where she tried hard to hide it, I guess. Yeah, so he kind of starts to just like surrender. That's kind of what the arms are giving me, like surrender to the fact that this shadow is like him. It does mirror him. And that's why he's able to learn how to control it. I think because he's the only one that like accepts that as a fact. And he's wearing black and white to show like he's integrated that, which is interesting, the darkness and the light. And he wins out over his shadow without forcing it. Like Gabe and Zora both had to force it. They had to like forcefully kill off their tether. She just blended into the car. Cars are a big theme here.
How it must have been to grow up with the sky.
I think the fact that their confrontation happens in a classroom is also symbolic. It's very interesting.
I believe they figured out how to make a copy of the body, but not the soul. The soul remains one, shared by two.
A copy of the body, but not the soul. That's how the doppelgangers were created. How did they copy everybody, though? You know.
And they abandoned the tethered. For generations, the tethered continued without direction.
Then there was us.
The miracle happened.
There it is. The miracle. That's what integrates them. Expression. No matter whether they were switched or whatever, Red and Addie are fully integrated through expression. When you give the shadow a chance to shine, to express, to come out to play, a place where it can live, it can fully function in society. They're one.
That's when I saw God.
The tethered saw that I was different.
And he showed me my path. Misery. I found my faith.
This exactly is what I was thinking of when I saw that TikTok. Tethered her, the real her. My goodness. She had a plan and she knew it. So her shadow saw the light of day at a young age. And he puts the mask back on. Yeah. So every single person in this movie had something shamed out of them long before we ever met them. Gabe couldn't tap into his aggressive nature even when he really needed to. Zora left her track ambitions all behind to fit in at school with the other kids. Jason couldn't access his magic. Kitty couldn't be the woman she always dreamed of being. And the night the tethered showed up, everyone was left with a choice: to face it or let it destroy them. But there's also something else I want to point out, and that's Addie and Red. Red switched places with Addie at an early age. Her shadow was able to see the light of day. Her parents were instructed to allow her to express, to create, to play. And because of that, up until the age of 14, Addie and her shadow were one. They proved to the tethered and to us that the shadow, the parts of ourselves that were shamed and put away, can fully function in society as long as they have a healthy outlet. So that leaves us with the choice as well. We can continue to suppress and be sabotaged by our shadows, or we can take the other route. Because when you finally give that part of yourself a healthy outlet, it doesn't just stop sabotaging you, it becomes the blueprint to everything you ever wanted.